What's going on, guys? It's keave here. I have a 5th gen RU battle for you, and I'm just gonna get straight into this and let you guys know that I've been out with my friends and they've been getting me on that keave, so we'll see how this goes. But anyway, I'm just gonna spend some time faffing around here, and I'm gonna change because I like the color silver. So anyway, this is actually gonna be a another 5-0, but my first 5-0 in RU tier, so I was actually quite happy about that. You know, the battle went really well for me. Made some good predictions, and yeah, it was just good in general. So I'm going to lead off with my baby Pert, which is going to be my Marsh Stomp, obviously, and he's going to go ahead and lead out with his Crobat. So I'm not really too worried about this thing, to be honest. But he goes for the acrobatics, and again, I'm not worried, but it actually does a lot less than I thought it would, just because, you know, I swear this thing is flying. It looks it, but yeah, then in that case it would be stab, and he told me he doesn't have an item on it, which is why I really didn't understand how it did so little. But he's going to U-turn out here, and it's actually going to do the same amount of damage as an acrobatics because he gets the crit, and he's going to switch out now, and he's going to go ahead and bring in his Bishop. Now I found this a really questionable play, just because, you know, maybe if he was scouting for Ice Punch I can understand, which would have been a really good play on his part, but what I really don't understand is why he proceeds to stay in the next turn. Like, I find it really strange. As you see, he stays in here, and he goes for the hone claws. Horn. He goes for the hone claws, and that's going to raise his attacking accuracy. So, the reason why I'm questioning his play is because, you know, I do have a Marsh Stomp out there, which is part ground, so I get access to that stab earthquake. And I may look like a wall, but I carry some physical attack as well, so I'm going to be able to knock that thing out there, and I do believe in adamant nature as well. So I'm going to be able to take down that Bisharp or Bisharp, whichever way pleases your ear. And he's going to go ahead and switch into a Crobat. And this thing, you know, I really don't want to fodder off my my baby Pert right now. And I was kind of fearing the Brave Bird, but it actually just goes for the acrobatics, and I know I can take another one. So I'm just going to take this opportunity to go for the Ice Punch, and I knew it wouldn't KO just because this thing's bulky as shit. And it lives with about 15% HP, I guess. And I'm going to switch on out there just because, you know, in case he does parry a rapid spinner on his team. I haven't seen one yet, but if he does, then I'm going to need to bring in my Marsh Stomp later on to set up the rocks again. So that was a pretty good play. So I'm going to go into Crest because A, it's bulky as shit. B, because it doesn't belong in RU, and C, because the worst thing this thing could have to hit me is a super effective U-turn, which he just did. And I'm already at half HP. So right here, I don't really want to over-predict, and I've seen most Crests more bulky on the special side, so I was kind of half expecting a physical attacker to come in, which is why I set the Reflect first. But that doesn't happen, he just goes for the T-Bolt. And I really didn't mind this just because I know this is really going to do jack shit, and I can set up the light screen and then it'll be doing even less. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the Moonlight first turn just to get my HP back, in case he has a stronger move he wants to hit me with, and you know, a crit would kill me as well. So he's actually going to set up the Rain Dance right here, which I find really strange. Props to him, it's a really good set. I mean, obviously the Thunder is going to be 120 base damage, 100% accuracy, and it has that 20% to break through or protect. So that is really cool. Most people don't know that. So right here he is going to give that Thunder. It does shit all because I got that light screen up. And I'm actually going to hit it with a Toxic right here, just because, you know, I've seen lefties from this thing. I think, did I see lefties? I'm pretty sure I did. No, okay, no lefties. Okay, but in either case, he kind of looked more defensive just because he had quite a lot of bulk to him, to be honest. And I know he had the very offensive Thunder and Thunderbolt, but it still didn't really look like he was that much of an offensive set. But anyway, I'm going to switch right here into my Volcarona just because, yes, I know it's named Venomoth. I switch into Volcarona because it really can't... Sorry, the Empoleon really can't do anything to me, just because I am max HP and I've got 128 bulk EVs on both defenses, I believe. So I know I can take whatever he wants to go for, and I was kind of hoping he'd be special, but of course he's going to be physical. And I was actually more worried about him just hitting me with super effective, to be honest. I thought, you know, Empoleon could learn some really hard hitting moves for Bug and Flying or Bug and Poison or whatever. But anyway, I'm rambling. So he's going to go ahead and set up the Sword Stance right here, and it's not really too much of a problem, I guess, just because I can hit this thing with Hidden Power, and that Hidden Power is actually going to be Hidden Power Ground. And I've got two thingies up, two Quiver Dances, so I'm pretty confident he can take it out. And that might have mattered, but I'm not really too sure. You know, crits aside, it didn't matter because I had like 5 other pokes to take it. He didn't though. So he's going to go into Crobat. Again, it's just going to die to the rock, so that's absolutely fine. I really don't mind. So down goes Crobat, which is absolutely awesome. And he's going to go into a Charizard right now. And I was a little worried just because it's black and that's not what it sounds like. Shut up. No, I'm worried because it's shiny, and shinies usually tend to be the Belizards, and I asked him after the match and it is a Belizard, so he's going to be able to hit me with that fire punch. So you know, it's a bad play leaving in Volcarona like that. But I really thought I might have been able to take one, but then again, you know, it is stab, and I'm not really that bulky in defense, and the light screen's gone, so kind of redundant. But his Charizard's going to go down right here, and he's going to go now into his Arcanine, and I'm just going to bring up my Phoenix. You know, what better to face down this thing than my thing? And I had Air Slash to hit this thing with, so I wasn't really too bothered. But then I see the Intimidate, and I'm like, yeah, I can hit you with a flamethrower. So he just goes for the E-Speed, and I really wasn't too worried, just because, you know, it's not stab, and it really does bugger all. So I'm going to be able to set up a sub right here, which is great, and I know I'm definitely going to be able to outspeed this Arcanine bar the extreme speed. And judging by the damage from the last extreme speed, he's going to need max damage at the very least to be able to break my sub. So he goes for it, and no max damage for him as I kept to keep my sub. So that's awesome. And I'm just going to give the Air Slash right here, and I'm like, come on, baby, flinch. And if he does flinch, then that's great because I get to keep my sub. So yeah, he flinches, and I'm going to be able to get up that second Air Slash. Easy 2-hit KO. Arcanine's going to be down, and I believe he only has one more poke, which is his Zapper, which is Zapdos. Yep, he brings in a Zapdos. Again, not too worried. I do have that timid nature, max special attack, stab, flamethrower, and I'm overly confident it's going to be able to take it out from there. So I do just go for that flamethrower right there. Again, not super effective, but it highly stab. I get the crit. I extremely doubt that mattered, and he's going to lose his Zapdos. So long live the 5-0. So thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, like, subscribe if you haven't done so already for really high definition, high quality Wi-Fi battles. I do work very hard on them. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. I'm rambling. Too.